What's up, my mind your money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market, because that is simply impossible to do. So let's see what happened. It says the Dow drops 400 points on earnings. Inflation woes. Nvidia lifts Nasdaq to record close. So what happened? So it says the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell Tuesday as worries over U.S. inflation and a mixed bag of big bank earnings dragged the blue chip index lower. The Nasdaq Composite, meanwhile, got a boost from gains in Nvidia. So the 30 stock Dow lost 436.36 points today. The S&P 500 lost 0.4% and closing at 6,243.76 points, easing from a fresh record high reached earlier in the session. So the Nasdaq was an outperformer, adding 0.18% and posting a record close of 20,677.8 points. So the tech heavy index, aided by a 4% rise in Nvidia shares after the chip company said it hopes to soon resume deliveries of its H2O GPU sales to China. So June inflation data released Tuesday represented an increase from May's levels despite the headline numbers matching expectations. The consumer price index increased 0.3% on the month, putting the annual inflation rate at 2.7%, matching a consensus poll from Dow Jones. So-called core CPI, which includes food and energy prices, it grew 0.2% month over month, slightly less than expected. Year over year, it expanded by 2.9%, matching estimates. So the print spurred fears about the impact of President Donald Trump's tariffs. Trump on Saturday said the U.S. will impose a 30% tariff on goods from the European Union and Mexico starting August 1st. The latest U.S. inflation report practically confirmed that President Trump's tariffs acted to push up consumer prices in June, said Matthew Ryan, head of market strategy at global financial services firm Ebury. While there was a mild mix in the core number, both the main and underlying inflation measures are now printing at their highest levels in 4 months. Okay. The big fear for Fed officials is that stormier waters lie ahead, as not only is there a time lag between the tariffs and an increase to prices, but additional tariff hikes on 1st August would almost certainly herald further inflationary pressures ahead, Ryan's added. So Skylar Winnon, Chief Investment Officer of Reagan Capital, said it was a relief to see Tuesday's CPI report coming in line with expectation, but that it's highly likely that a tariff-driven inflation reckoning is coming. So on the earnings front, reports from several financial heavyweights failed to impress investors. Wells Fargo beat earnings, but a reduction in net interest income guidance sent shares lower by more than 5%. Shares of JP Morgan edged lower, even though the bank posted better than expected second quarter results, driven by strong trading and investment banking revenue. Asset manager BlackRock slipped nearly 6% on a quarterly revenue miss. Ouch. So Citigroup bucked the negative trend in financials, rising more than 3% after the bank topped second quarter earnings estimates. So Wall Street is hoping that the second quarter earnings season will boost a stock market that's already near all-time highs. Expectations are low ahead of the reports, however. The S&P 500 is projected to post a blended earnings growth rate of 4.3% on a year-over-year basis, according to fact sheet data. That would be mark the lowest growth rate for the index going back to the fourth quarter of 2023. Yeah, that was a lot of jumbo, but yeah, the banks, Wells Fargo and JP Morgan didn't do as well. Citibank, however, did do well. Nvidia boasted the Nasdaq today, but these tariffs and the CPI report that came out is still affecting the stock market in a big way. Big way. So let's see what some of my stocks did today. My information technology ETF, FTEC, is at an all-time high. It gained $1.77 today, closing out at $201.10. Palantir loss. Did it lose anything today? I don't know if that's right. Yes, Palantir lost 57 cents today, closing out at $148.58. My S&P 500 ETF, SPLG, lost 32 cents today, closing out at $73.18. Nvidia gained $6.63 today, closing out at $170.70. Broadcom gained $5.34 today, closing out at $280.94. Tesla lost $6.12 today, closing out at $310.78. Meta lost $10.53 today, closing out at $710.39. Apple gained 49 cents today, closing out at $209.11. And that's pretty much it, people. That's it for today's stock market news. Yeah, but I was in the green today. Nvidia kept my profile boosted. You know, again, just a few months ago, Nvidia was at $98 a share. Now it's at $170, which is a good thing. Good for me and good for you if you're investing into Nvidia or you're investing into an S&P 500 ETF, mutual fund, and so on and so forth. Or an information technology ETF. You should have gotten a boost, some green today. So yeah, so as always, I like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. If you think anything, get out of debt, people. That's the only way that you can invest more money and more into yourself and your future and into your family. You have to get out of debt if you're in it. Get out of personal loan debt, get out of student loan debt, get out of credit card debt, get out of car loan debt, get out of all forms of debt. And you do that by creating a budget. Start telling your money where to go. And then once you get out of debt, you put away 3 to 6 months of expenses or more, it's up to you, of living expenses. That's what you could call your emergency fund, because emergencies will happen. Invest 15% of your income into a retirement plan. Put money away for your kids' college fund. Start tackling your mortgage if you have one, now that you have all this free cash. You have your emergency fund. If you don't have a home and you like to purchase one, put at least 20% down and finance that home for 15 years to avoid paying all of that interest. All right, so I'm going to end this video because I got to go. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. So any and all information on my channel and my videos are for entertainment purposes only. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. So all right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Peace.